video is in collaboration with Ohuhu. Hi everyone, this is Carlo and welcome back to my channel. Today is a bit of a special day at the home studio. If you've been following my journey with illustrated journals and mixed media, you know that I'm always on the lookout for new tools and supplies to show you the endless possibilities that you have to create art and journals in your own style. Well, today the team at Ohuhu sent me a massive parcel full of goodies for me to try for the first time. And I tell you, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm gonna unbox the parcel and then we will see all the products in action on a mixed media illustration and on a travel journal spread, both dedicated to my beautiful summer trip to Amalfi, on the coast of my home country, Italy. If you already know Ohuhu products and you wanna jump straight to the action, you can use the timestamps below. But stay until the end because I have a special discount code for you to use. Now let's unbox these goodies. First up, we have the Ohuhu water-based color markers. This is a staggering set of 120 colors. Now, what's interesting here for us journalers is that these markers are specifically marketed as paper-friendly. In a travel journal where you can't always control the paper quality, having a water-based ink that doesn't bleed through the paper is a huge win. Oh my goodness, the amount of colors in this set! Water-based markers are basically the felty pens that we used to color with as kids, but in a grown-up and improved version. So this would be really a return to 10 years old Carlo, spending afternoons drawing at my grandma's house. I can't wait to try them. These markers feature a dual tip design. On one side you have a flexible brush tip to apply those fluid, painterly strokes. The color is very rich and saturated, I love it. On the other, a 0.4mm fine liner tip for detail work and sketching. And this is great for what I'm gonna do on my travel journal. The set comes with a pre-printed swatch card, but also with a blank one, because you should never trust the colors on the cup, and always have a reference of how the colors will look on paper. Doing my swatch, I made sure to pass the brush twice and create this sort of gradient, so that I know how it will look if I double up the stroke. And I can do it because it's paper friendly. Next, we are moving to the professional territory. A bit intimidating because it's the first time ever that I try them, but also exciting for the same reason. These are the Honolulu Plus alcohol-based markers. They come in a gorgeous soft case once again. The storage cases that Ohuhu have are amazing. This is a set of 36 colors. The Honolulu line is famous for its blendability. They are permanent, fast drying, layerable, and designed for smooth gradients. The nibs are double once again. We have a chisel tip for filling in large areas of your background, and also if you need a chisel for calligraphy work. And on the other side, that lovely brush tip for blending areas, and also have a range of detailing depending on the pressure that you put on the paper. I was also sent a set of 24 from the same line, and swatching all the colors on the cards, I can see that the set of 36 gives you a broad spectrum for general illustration, a few very saturated colors, and a solid selection of greys that you can use for shading. Whereas the set of 24 seems to bridge more subtle tonal gaps, more pastel colors compared to the vibrant selection of the other set. So yes, you can choose the set that is more suitable for your needs. If you need to do manga-inspired illustrations with vibrant colors, or maybe botanical or kawaii illustrations where you need more dreamy and subtle colors. In this other rectangular box we have a marker pad. It's quite heavy because it's 50 sheets of 280 GSM paper. It's called the Kamakou marker pad. Ring binding, perforated pages, so that you can cut and frame your works. The surface is incredibly smooth, almost buttery. Because it's so thick, it's designed to handle alcohol markers without ghosting or ruining the page underneath. And it's perfect for mixed media artworks, as we will see in a second. So my inner child is thrilled and overexcited to try all these markers and create and illustrate like there's no tomorrow. The first step is obviously to go through the memories of my time in Amalfi and sketch on paper some reference photos that I took. I'm gonna illustrate a view from the pier that I will turn into a mixed media artwork with the alcohol-based markers. And I'm gonna sketch my travel journal spread. I'm not going into much detail with pencil because the fine liner tip of my water-based markers will take care of that. so I'm sticking to the general shapes. After drawing with pencil, I use a kneadable eraser to roll on the pages with my hand and soften the sketch. Also, this tactile moment is pretty much a return to my childhood. I want to keep this approach throughout these experiments and throughout this video. It's about reconnecting with your inner child and creating and exploring freely, without the fear of making mistakes. I'm gonna start with alcohol markers, that are an absolute uncharted territory for me. So, intuitively, I'm gonna start applying a light grey to create the areas where the main shadows are, and let some of the volumes of the picture come out. The first impression I have is how fluidly the marker works on this particular paper pad, and all the strokes that I apply tend to soften and blend together as they dry. I get why they are so largely used by illustrators. The pastel palette of these markers give me these three lovely shades of peachy pink, which is one of the dominant tones of my reference photo, especially on the rocks in the background. So I choose to apply them from light to dark, but loosely, without thinking much about being precise. The Amalfi landscape is framed and dotted with luxuriant patches of green, and like I often do when I illustrate foliage and nature, I combine a few tones of green and a deep teal to give a blue undertone, and a pastel yellow for the lighter areas. The colors on paper result very vibrant, maybe a touch too saturated, but we will see how they will look once all the colors are added. I actually don't mind the greens being this saturated, to be honest. Touch of yellow, here and there. What I remember of the houses of Amalfi are the lovely pastel colors, and the palette available in these sets by Ohuhu give me many possibilities to block the color on these buildings loosely. I'm going to refine everything later with coloring pencils, but I'm really enjoying this loose approach to the illustration. I normally feel the urge of going into details, whereas with alcohol markers, I'm really enjoying the layering journey, one stroke at a time. Every time we try a new medium is always a journey of trial and error. Mistakes are natural and they can happen. In my opinion, there's no mistake that is unfixable in mixed media or in art in general. For example, here I chose a tone of blue for the sky that seemed correct on paper, but as soon as I started applying it, I realized that it was far too dark and saturated compared to the other values of the image. So I'm gonna correct this portion of sky in a second with the help of gouache. That will also give me the chance to see how this paper will react to a heavier medium. Just the time to add a few windows here and there. And I'm gonna try and mix a lighter tone of sky blue using gouache. This seems to be much better. I'm applying it with loose strokes, because this is the whole vibe of the illustration. And I'm also adding an idea of clouds with some white. I'm not gonna touch it furtherly, I'm super happy with how it looks, and the paper seems to support it with no problem. Time to paint the sea, one of my favorite elements in nature. Beautiful range of tones available in this set once again. I'm starting with some pink undertones where I want the rocks to reflect on the water, and I will simply scribble some lines with the blue tones, going from light to dark, building depth of image by concentrating more darker lines to the front and more lighter ones towards the back. Many artists around the world love to combine coloring pencils and alcohol markers, and it's indeed a match made in heaven. I'm using coloring pencils to add more details to my image and enrich some elements creating texture, like for example the rocks in the upper portion, or the houses and buildings. In general, you can use coloring pencils on alcohol markers to also improve gradients and add colors that you might not have in your palette of markers. They complement each other really well. I'm very happy with my first attempt at alcohol-based markers, and I want to add a few details to complete the vintage feel of this illustration of Amalfi. I wanted to recall the aesthetic of those old touristic posters of the past century. I created a writing with fine liner and I'm gluing it to the image with a roller glue tape. As I said earlier, the pages of this sketchbook are perforated, so you can easily detach them. And I wanted to use this cardboard mount to frame it and hang it later in my living room or prop it on a shelf. It's time to take care of my travel journal and make Amalfi come to life on this traveler's notebook insert. I'm using the water-based markers on this spread, and the amount of colors available is really mesmerizing. I started with some pink and pale orange to work on some skin tones. And I will show you later how, thanks to the colorless blender included in the set, you can smoothen up the transition between shades of color. The paper-friendly nature of these markers allowed me to create the burgundy of my t-shirt, overlapping 3 different colors, and still have absolutely no bleed through the page. As I progressively work on this illustration, I'm so delighted by the vibrancy that I'm obtaining. It really reminds me of coloring as a kid with my Turbo Giotto felt tip pens, but much more elevated. I built the color profile of my illustration using the brush tip of the marker, but the real magic happened when I used the fine liner tip to go through the lines of the original sketch and add the little details. The image really comes to life and I'm loving the style. It's an explosion of color that makes my travel memories so vivid and vibrant. The fine liner tip will really help to define your urban sketches once you've blocked the main shapes with the brush tip, making this set a perfect self-contained tool for your travel journaling. Going back to skin tones, obviously with these water-based markers everything will look more saturated. But you need to trust the process because the values of the rest of the illustration will balance everything out. Remember to work light to dark and be quick to use the colorless blender to smoothen up the transition in the short window you have before the drying process starts. You can also use this trick of transferring some of the dark tone on the light marker tip to tip and create a gradient this way. Just make sure to get rid of every trace of the other color on a piece of scrap paper when you finish the process. This illustration makes me instantly remember how good the limoncello spritz was in Amalfi. I might have to pass by the supermarket later. It's just limoncello and prosecco with a splash of very fizzy soda water. Thank me later. To build this seascape with rocks peeking from the clear water, I started from the rocks above the water, adding brush strokes of green and yellow. And to suggest the presence of rocks underneath the seabed, I overlapped this kind of circular scribbles of 3 tones of blue and green. That will also suggest the movement of the water. Once again, the fine liner tip will be super useful to define the details of the illustration. The final touches will be adding some shades under the boats and the rocks. A touch of pink to warm up the whites here and there. I also add some contrast in between these rocks up here to add a bit of depth. And as I always do for my seascapes, with a white acrylic marker and a gel pen, I add dots to make the water shimmer in the light. And also a little foam near the rocks. It's always a nice touch. My travel journal illustrations are now complete, and while I write my journaling notes, I'm gonna wrap up some final considerations about using Ohuhu markers for the first time. It was a great experience. Surely I felt more at ease with water-based markers. I feel like I need much more practice with the alcohol-based ones before they can become a staple in my toolkit, but I'm definitely open to explore maybe on larger illustrations, because the coverage and the blendability are a great asset. I'm in love with the incredible assortment of tones of the water-based markers, and I feel like recommending them to all entry levels, whether you're just starting or you're already a pro, and definitely a great set to create illustrated journals. I think they are fantastic and very fun to use. If you're curious to try these amazing markers or any products from the Ohuhu range, you can find the links in the video description. And you can use the discount code CarloPavan10 at checkout to have a 10% discount. The code is valid for 6 months from the date of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the creation of this little tribute to Amalfi. And if you like documenting travel memories as much as I do, you can browse the travel journaling playlist on my channel. And if you want to support this video and my channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and press the hype button. It will make me super happy. This was me, Carlo, and until the next video, take care, be kind, and I'll see you soon.